having called for the uprising, the Bush administration then decided it didn't want it to succeed.
We are not in the process now of assisting through provisioning arms to these groups that are in uprising against the current government. We don't want to see a power vacuum develop in Iraq. We want to see the territorial integrity of Iraq preserved. So do all of the other coalition partners.
Every president I have known has described the U.S. interests in the Gulf as a vital interest. Presidents do not use the word vital casually. Vital means vital. And it means that if we don't have access to that oil, it affects the vital interests of the United States. We're in trouble immediately.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. There's no question about it.
The Americans wanted that Saddam Hussein be replaced, but by them, in order to control the country. What good is it to have made a war if you leave the power with people that you don't know?
To find an American witness to the human result of that realpolitik, we went to southern Arizona and spoke with Rocky Gonzalez, a veteran of U.S. Special Forces. In 1991, he was stationed in southern Iraq.
People started showing up at our perimeter with chemical burns on their face, their hands, places where our skin was exposed. They were coming to us in streams saying that we were fighting the Iraqi military and the Ba'ath Party, and they sprayed us with chemicals.
And these people, what did they want?
They wanted aid. They wanted to be treated. They wanted to be protected. And some of the individuals who were armed wanted us to give them weapons and ammunition so they could go fight.
What did you ask to the Americans?
We asked them for military help and food because we had neither arms nor food nor water. Their reply was to give nothing. They said it was the orders that they had received from the Pentagon.
We were under orders not to assist or to aid in any way, so we could not.
Had they been given any encouragement from the U.S.?
There were pamphlets that were dropped by the psychological operation units, and those leaflets told them to rise up and fight the regime and free themselves. One individual carried it and he was waving it at us.
One of the insurgents was from the United States, from Detroit.
The individual who approached me had a Detroit driver's license, had a Social Security card. He made very strong requests. He says, "I'm an American citizen. We need your help." And I said, right now, at this point in time, President Bush said the war is over. We cannot give you any assistance.
But the U.S. weren't just neutral bystanders. We found that in some cases, the Americans actually helped stifle the uprising. Survivors recounted how American troops prevented some insurgents from marching on Baghdad.
The American helicopters landed on the road to block our way, and they stopped us from continuing. One of the American soldiers threatened to kill us if we did not turn back.
The U.S. also destroyed huge stocks of captured Iraqi weapons, supposedly to prevent them from falling into the hands of the Iraqi army. In fact, they could have been of vital help to the uprising.
Yes, we had a stockpile of weapons. We destroyed them on a regular basis. And I'm sure that they wanted those weapons. I mean, they've asked us for weapons.
I saw that with my own eyes. At Nasiriyah, they blew up an enormous stockpile of arms. If we had been able to get hold of it, the whole course of history would have changed in favor of the uprising, because Saddam had nothing left at that moment.
And so, as the U.S. and its allies stood by, the horrific slaughter began. Instead of trying to cover it up, Saddam actually ordered the images to be broadcast by Iraqi television, an object lesson to anyone who would challenge his rule.
In every corner you see it. People are being killed and, grabbed. Women are being raped and all of these things. It was awful. Many people been taken to the desert and been executed. They've been begging the soldiers, And many of my friends and my classmates just Many of them died, many of them.
They killed people in groups, everyone. They killed the children, the women, the innocent. I was thrown into a mass grave and survived, a miracle. I was tortured. I lost 3 brothers. The Ba'ath Party members beat them and buried them alive.
We knew it had to be horrendous.
And that you left.
Soldiers following orders. As a human being, it was very gut-wrenching for me. I wanted to assist them any way I could. And the Iraqis that I was in touch with on a daily basis, a lot of them loved Americans and thanked us for being there. As a human being, I wanted to help. But as a soldier, I had my orders.
As the Shiites were being wiped out in the south, Saddam's troops turned north to destroy the Kurdish rebellion. Peter Galbraith was there with the Kurds.
There were tens of thousands of people suddenly moving out of their homes. Nobody was going to wait around and see what Saddam was going to do, all heading for the mountains. A sense of disbelief and betrayal about the first President Bush. Here was the sea of humanity. I mean, 2 million people moving to the mountains. And of course, thousands ended up dying in really tough conditions. And this was something where my country was completely responsible.
At the time, the leader of the Allies, President George Bush, was on vacation, resisting any involvement.
I do not want to push American forces beyond our mandate. Of course, I feel a frustration and a sense of grief for the innocents that are being killed brutally. But we are not there to intervene.
What forced George Bush to turn around was television. Images like this, broadcast around the world. President Bush finally declared a no-fly zone to protect the Kurds in northern Iraq and ordered Saddam to immediately cease his attacks. Saddam complied. But in the south, where there was no television coverage, the massacre of the Shiites continued.